What's that? What's that? That's a dolphin. That's a dolphin. What's that? What's that? That's a whale. That's a whale. What's that? What's that? I just want to lick everything, but won't they judge me? That's your conscience. That's your conscience. What's that? What's that?
I just love the sight of blood and flesh.
That's the secret thought. That's the secret thought. What's that? What's that? That's your deepest fear. That's your deepest fear. Yeah.
Greetings that are friendly, fellow listeners, and welcome one and all to the Necrofessor's mental episode on Dreadnought Radio. I'm your host, the Necrofessor, interdimensional plague doctor, and your guide to the dark airwaves this night. You're in for tricks and treats, for tonight fantabulous delights and pants-wetting intrigue await! You won't believe your ears, you won't believe your eyes, your organs cannot be trusted! So sit back, strap into your favorite straitjacket, and kiss your brain goodbye as we run these experiments. I've hardly begun to defile myself. Oh, it looks like we have our first caller. Yellow, you're on the air.
Did you manage to override the security protocols on the airship?
I nearly forgot for you listeners at home. This mental episode is coming to you live, relatively speaking, from the command bridge of the Tesla's Vendetta herself. And boy, let me tell ya, this airship is huge, fully armed and can access all the subspace channels throughout the stars. Cogs in heaven, this has got to be the biggest airship I've ever commandeered.
You didn't commandeer the Dreadnought. You poisoned everyone on board, and you locked us out. And once we breach this door, I'm coming for your bird face, and I'm gonna personally put a bullet in your head.
Poison? Me? Why, I'd never. The hard-working crew of Radio Dreadnought just seemed like they could use a break is all. Let your humble Necrofessor take over for an evening while everyone takes a well-deserved rest. I nearly used my whole vial of sleeping powder pouring it into the ship's ventilation grid. See, Wait. That one's full. Then what did I pour into the... Oh. Whoops. I just grabbed the wrong one out of my bag, and, the lenses in this plague doctor mask do tend to fog up every now and then, and I think we can all agree that this has just been a very long day. Look, I have the antidote right here, and I'll just pour more into the vents, and...
Stop pouring stuff into the vents!
Fine. Jeez. Now, where was I? Hey, shiny button. Gonna press it. Neat.
Stop pressing buttons!
For someone trying to kill me, you really are bossy. Well, while I sit here awaiting my inevitable demise, let's get the show on the road, shall we? What I present to you, fellow listeners, will be a tale for those in the wild unknown. Children of Steam, rejoice! Your time has come. While I fiddle with these dials connecting to the various frequencies of dark, steamy goodness, I'll be injecting my own personal experiments and rituals straight into your brain candies along the way. The more astute listeners might even put this master plan together before it's time. But, if you're savvy, we might just survive the night and listen to some great music. Of course, I'm already dead, but don't tell the mercenary team outside that. We're going straight down the rabbit hole into the Wonderland mosh pit. So tonight, don't just let your freak flag fly. Shoot your freak flag into lower orbit and nuke it to where irradiated freak fragments rain down and choke out generations of mutated freak babies until the end of days. But first, some music. Now, which button is that? Experience the paranormal sensation like never before. Where she comes from is a mystery.
My name is Quivelda. Come with me, and I shall see into the future.
Her powers speak for themselves. She is the world's most accurate fortune teller.
You shall witness my power.
For only 10,000 credits a minute, you can receive your own custom prediction from the psychic who has never been wrong. Now you can experience her powers in action.
Someone will walk by you later.
You know, I didn't believe in all that hocus pocus stuff, but everything Quizzle Cheese said in there was true. It just happened again.
You will know the future.
A psychic unlike any other, with predictions that will spellbind and make you say, yes, I'll accept the charges.
You too will die one day.
Wowzers! That's the most accurate prediction I've ever heard! I probably will die one day. How about that? Thanks, creepy woman. Here's a zillion wing-wangs.
Let me peer into your soul!
Her visionary insight will leave you in tears.
I will throw sand at you, and you will begin to cry soon, uncontrollably.
What do you mean I'm gonna start?
Pocket sand.
Ah! It burns!
Experience the supernatural.
It's like everything she said was true. I don't know how she did it. I was like perfectly fine before she threw magic sand in my face. Now I'm just crying like crazy. She's got the gift and like that's special.
Give me your money, and I shall give you the future.
Her psychic abilities have helped millions and blown the minds of billions. Have a taste of her magic as she solves a murder case in under 30 seconds and weep at her magnificence.
Call Sergeant Quazebra, we've been looking for my cat all day. I've pulled every detective from our cases to help out on this investigation. If I can't find my butterbean, I'm gonna eat my badge.
Have you looked behind you? In the chair you're sitting in?
In the chair I'm sitting in, what? Oh God, no! Butterbean! You've been crushed to death! Why? Who done this, Butterbean? How did you know?
It is my gift to know these things, and my curse.
You did it again, Crazy Dreads! I don't know how, but you did it again! My poor little Butterbean all smushed, and we're gonna catch whoever did this. Wait, you're a Sizik? Do you know who smushed my Butterbean?
Cash up front, please.
Grovel at her majesty. Soil yourself at her wonder. The psychic that has never been wrong. A modern-day prophet, a fondler of the time stream. Her powers will astound your soul, and your wallet will eviscerate itself from her grandeur. The world's most accurate fortune teller.
You shall listen to this entire commercial.
How y'all doing out there? Welcome back to Douche the Ghost Hunter. Now, local legend be saying that the electric ghost has been haunting this here abandoned power generator plant for some time now. I'm going in that murder shed down yonder and go... What? Yeah, it's a flooded restroom, Earl. We're calling it the murder shed. I'm gonna go down yonder and check out if that electric ghost wants to get hunted. Watch your step. It's all filled with water down here. Yeah, I know, Earl. Man, you feeling that? The skin's all goosey. Feeling like something's shocking me a little. This is crazy. You catching this? What, Earl? Yeah, my expert staff is saying that our advanced ghost hunter and equipment's all freaking out. Give me a reading, Earl. What? No, Earl. The one with the dial thing. Yeah, all them numbers. 1,300. Ooh, wait, dang. We got us a huge aspiration over here. I feel like I'm getting tased just like that last time I stole that goat from down the way.
Oh, man,
and them cops chased me down. Man, shut up, Earl. You weren't there. What? Earl, no, come on. You gotta keep walking, buddy. We're almost at the murder shed. Oh, but Jesus. Man down. Earl, buddy, here. Give me the stuff. Yeah, I know it's expensive, Earl. Man, you're always doing this. I done told you we were going after an electric ghost. What did you think that meant, you idiot? You never been electrocuted hunting a ghost, have you? Well, Greenhorn, when you've been in this business as long as I have, hunting ghosts, you learn to fight their creepy magic powers. Look, you're just gonna have to carry on without you. What do you mean my brain was fried years ago? Man, Earl, why you always gotta be so negative? That's why that knife ghost stabbed you after I made you swallow that magnet. Here, just lie down in the puddle and I'll come back for you. Okay, moving on. Man, my muscles are all tensing up. Feels like everything's buzzing. These ghosts keep getting stronger and stronger. You ain't gonna get my tasty soul, you dead son of a gun. I'm coming for you. You can't hide from me when I get ghost hunting. What the... Man, all my recording equipment's getting all screwed up. What in the name of Cthulhu's beard is that? People, it looks like a bunch of wires all dancing around in that drainage tunnel over yonder. Could that be the... Oh, jeez, folks, it's gotta be the electric ghost. I found her. Oh, man, she's looking angry. I'm gonna attempt to communicate. Hey, you old ghost. You thinking you're so freaking great, transcendent beyond the mortal coil and whatnot, you bigot? You done killed my intern and you just keep zapping everything, and you know what? You're just a big old jerk, a ghost jerk. You listening? Hey, don't you be flailing while I'm talking to you. I got a half a mind to jump down there and give you a piece of my mind. You think you can haunt me, huh? Haunt me? I'ma show you.
And we're back. You know, having access to all the subspace channels kinda makes me feel powerful. Like I'm omnipresent.
Attention, maggots. This is God. Tremble and bring me tacos.
Stop that!
Hey, mercenary person. Doesn't this bridge have a direct line to the Emperor of the known universe?
Yeah, it's that little phone over there. But you'd never figure out the number in a million lifetimes.
You've reached the Emperor of the known universe. Please leave your message after the beep. For sacrifices, press 2. And if you're wondering about that whole existence thing, not my problem, man.
Hey, bring back Firefly. Now where were we? Ah yes, you fine mercenary chaps were trying to breach the door to the command bridge and kill me or something. Is that correct?
Oh, we're getting in there alright. Gonna talk your damn face all over the bridge when I see you. Bring up the plasma cutter from engineering.
You know, this whole thing reminds me of a story from ancient times. About 3 hours ago. I, too, was trying to cut my way into something. It was a jack-o'-lantern's face I was carving, or some kind of face I was carving, and I came to the thought, hey, what if we all came together to save the world, nay, the entire multiverse, instead of just letting it go kablooey? That'd be pretty cool. There's strange winds on the horizon, and by gum, it sure had been a while since we've faced complete existential obliteration. We're bound for another apocalypse like any day now. And wouldn't you know it, there was an apocalypse on the way. And your humble Necrofessor knew that in order to save all the wormies and ghoulies and quivering blobs of anxiety that inhabit all times and spaces, this plague doctor would really have to put on their thinking beak in order to sort this salty mess out.
What about a story?
I just told it to you.
No, you didn't. You just said, from ancient times, about 2 years ago, and just stood there. I'm watching you from the viewport. God, I want to kill you so bad. Oh, the plasma cutter's here. Good.
Wait, why are you trying to breach that door? No, that's a terrible idea. Don't do that. You should be trying to breach the other door.
Keep talking, dipstick. I'm gonna murderize you.
No, what I mean is that, on my way in here, I kind of wired the airlock's failsafe to the door, so if you try and open it, the airship will probably just jettison you out of the nearest exhaust port. That is a long way down. Well, while we wait for them to survive, climb back up, and perhaps try the other door, let's take another call. Good evening, stranger. Welcome to the mental episode. Yes? Really? Well, what if you're double jointed? Well, thanks for calling. I feel I should mention, my good listeners, that things are happening around these backwater realities. Some kind of wave is creeping on the event horizon, and it's starting to show its teeth, because this wave has that. And this teeth wave has wings, too, and it's coming. Soon. Hey, look at that, they have a coffee maker on the bridge. Let's take a coffin break, my friends. I'll pour you a cup of something weird.
Yes, all the conspiracy theories are true. The Illuminati is real. We control your data. We control your mind. We control your value. We were at the beginning of civilization and have manipulated global powers for centuries. We cannot be stopped. We are the puppet masters, your leaders, and you are the puppet. The all-seeing eye, the brainwashing, the reptile agenda. All of it is true. Just get over it already.
This message brought to you by the Ad Council of Illuminati members who just want people to get over it.
Blood, blood, blood. I like blood. La, la, la. Blood, blood, blood. Blood, blood, blood. Blood, la, la.
Okay, kids.
La, blood, la,
Time to settle down.
blood, blood. Teacher! Teacher, I want to ask you a thingy. I'll be a vampire.
Come on now. Let's settle down, children.
Everyone. Teacher! We rise. Teacher!
Down. Sorry.
Now, let's gather around. This is very important. We're going to learn about the dangers of time travel. Won't that be fun? Now, you see this device in my hand? It's called a time distorter. Can you say it with me now?
Time distorter.
Very good.
Teacher,
Yes, Sally? What is it?
where do babies come from?
What?
Where do babies come from? Mama won't tell me. She said to ask you.
Are you kidding me? Your parents never told you where babies come from?
Tell us. Tell us.
Okay. I'll tell you.
Spill your secrets.
You see, children, when a mommy and a daddy love each other very much, they
Teacher, why are you playing with the time distorter? I ate the cat last night.
They don't pay me enough for this. It worked. Now, children, as I was saying, babies come from trees. The kind you find in nature. I'll tell you what, forget all about that time distorted nonsense. Let's go on a field trip to Mama's tree farm and go pick a batch of babies for ourselves. Away, children! Away!
Are we back? Good evening, you beautiful jack-o'-lantern faces. This is the Necrofessor, coming to you from the airship of the Tesla's Vendetta, proud broadcaster of the Dreadnought Radio. Tonight is the mental episode, and I've commandeered the airship and its delightfully sweaty companions of leisure. We are currently stationed at a docking bay way out in the middle of a nowhere reality. But I'm starting to think I might be able to pilot this thing. Yeah, just a flip of a switch and a turn of some knobs and we'll be out of this hole in the multiverse in no time. I am also an airship captain after all. I sent in for the decoder ring and everything. Now which button is up?
Welcome.
Ah, it speaks. Hark, ye fellow sky manatee. Let us quest to the stars.
Please enter your password.
Aw, come on, why you gotta play me like that, airship? You know I'm down to swashbuckle. Fine, let's try... Ghost Fist.
Your password is incorrect.
Okay, let's try... This existence is broken. Can I please have another one?
Your password is incorrect.
Okay, last chance. Jeez. Baby got bustle?
Access granted. Logging into system.
You know, I just had a feeling. Don't worry, you. I'll be gentle. Hey, I wonder if you can jump to hyperspace from inside of a docking bay. Full steam ahead, piggies.
Override denied. Scanning.
Hey, cut it out with the laser light show, will ya?
Security breach.
Worry not, poor airship. I know the sound of a diseased creature in need. I am a plague doctor, after all. I have the cure right here in this gizmo I picked up in the cyber district.
Uploading. Verifying. Data transfer complete.
Ah, much better. You see, I diagnose all types. Now, let's get gone. See ya, space cowboy. The worst part about hyperspace is you always feel like you're going to puke beyond the speed of light, but you never do.
System malfunction.
Yes, there will be some side effects.
System overload.
Say what now? This could be a problem. Oh, I know what'll help. Some music.
Have you been spreading enough madness in your local community? We here at the Cult of Cthulhu's Herald of the Deep Ones value your insanity. We feel like it's everyone's responsibility to perpetuate chaos, not only for the sake of your loved ones, but for the sake of your very soul. Now, you may be wondering, why, I'm just a simple human meat tube with no value in my existence whatsoever. What can a horrid peasant like myself do to marinate my psyche in lunacy so that the great Lord Cthulhu will find my soul more delicious for his consumption? Well, first off, you can stop asking questions, you filthy slag. Second, try implementing these simple life hacks into your daily routine, and before you know it, you'll be clawing at the walls and screaming at anything puddle-shaped in a jiffy. Try calling in sick to places you don't work. If you happen to have the same name as someone that works there, you've just made the day horribly confusing. Try throttling a nearby display mannequin in an attempt to wake them from some kind of hideous petrification. For all you know, you could be next. Having friends over? Stage an intervention for one of your many, many conjured personalities. Extra points if you try to take yourself hostage. For a nifty arts and crafts project, try cutting up demonic texts. Make a collage. See what you can come up with in the comfort of a public bathroom. Don't forget to soil yourself, it really makes an impression. The Cult of Cthulhu Herald of the Deep Ones truly values your corruption. We hope to hear your incoherent shrieks and gurgling prophecies soon. Just scream into a puddle. We'll hear you.
Here at Mama's tree farm, babies are grown straight from the tree, just like nature intended. No artificial preservatives, no growth hormones, just family-owned tradition of bringing nature to you. As far as we can tell, this legacy of baby tree goodness goes all the way back to the humble beginnings of Mama herself.
Way back in my days, this is all flat acres as far as the eye can see. Then Mama came one day, I tells ya. All she had was a pickup truck full of babies. Grew them up right fine. And here we are.
Why, there's just babies everywhere nowadays. She was a pioneer, I tells ya. Never knew babies be like that. Science is all up in a hootenanny these days.
You tell them, random stranger. You put the truth right in their head. Except for all that science talk.
I'm so confused most days. I just hope no one be messing with the time stream or nothing.
Why, that sounds like witch talk. Don't make me get my exorcism kit, you science lover.
You know me all too well.
Who are you?
Mama's tree farm. Babies grow on trees. That's science.
And now, your plague minutes. This is a simple ritual, one that will push into the very annals of existence, one that will penetrate the deepest orifices of reality. Take your hand, your beautiful hand, or hand-shaped thing, and I want you to imagine the world of the dead, like a lingering fog that dances all around you. Take your hand and curl, ever so slowly, into a fist. I want you to imagine the energies of the afterlife congealing around you, the veil of our very existence waning to your fist. Stretch your oh so magnificent fist into the space in front of you, a testament to the thrust of your consciousness, and say, I am now fisting a ghost and should probably stop that.
You're back. Welcome home to the mental episode. Things have gone dark on the command bridge of the Tesla's Vendetta, the spook-nasty flagship and broadcaster of Dreadnought Radio. Perfect for a haunted ghost story of a quantum nature. Turns out that doohickey I plugged in earlier to override the security and take us into an emergency hyperjump has fried the onboard computer. We are Radio Dreadnought, hurling through the black. With crew in death-like slumber and the cursed at the helm, we wait for absolution and tacos. Seems the life support system is still popping, which is nice if you're into that kind of thing. And we still have full access to the subspace channels and the monstrous phone lines. However, the rest of the airship has gone into full lockdown, which means if anyone was laying down in a doorway, they are now too. But dead or alive, we're all together, and that's what matters. You know, listeners, I feel like I could really trust you, you know? I could spill my guts to you anytime, and I know that you wouldn't judge me for what was inside. Everyone has gone through some truly insane times, and we're all just flawed little gears in a big screwed up pocket watch. Come, gather round the campfire I've made on the captain's chair, and I'll weave you a tale of how all this came to be. Greetings that are friendly, my fellow mad scientists, esteemed colleagues of necromancy, and honored corpses I've propped up in this surgery theater. I thank you all for coming at such short notice, for you see, a new plague has emerged which threatens all living things. And dead stuff too. As you all know, every so often we face the old obliteration of all known things, and we all have a nice good laugh over it. Yes. Usually the heroes step in and impose cosmic justice, and most of us are scattered to the four winds as if we had something to do with this apocalypse in the first place. I'm looking at you, Godstabber Supreme. Enough! As you know, it's just about time for the old dance with death yet again, and most souls aren't prepared to be plundered. But this time, something has flipped the script on us. Hear me now, creeps. What if all dead things never die? What if the cosmic equilibrium has been reached, and the very concept of death has become obsolete? The gates of the underworld are closing shut. All Hallows Eve will be no more, and we, fellow dead, will dance in the endless clockwork of everlasting nothingness. You don't believe me, do you? Okay, fine, I get it. Okay, you need proof. I brought along an experiment because I know how we're all stupid fascinated with experiments that involve dead stuff. It's super cool, I know. Well then, without further ado, open your domes for some death science. Raven, bring me the quantum urn. What we have here is a level 3 spectral apparition inside of a quantum urn. How you doing, little ghost fella? As you can see, nothing gets in or out except for the screams when I release the switch. Now bring forth the walking phonograph bell. If I expose the ghost to a recording of the radio signal I found the other night, the ghost will be completely destroyed. Those who are reanimated corpses or currently possessing a meat puppet in the audience, you may feel a slight tingling sensation in your molecules. As you can see, the ghost has been completely destroyed, in this reality or any other. This is the threat we face, my fellow freaks of the Aether. I recorded this signal from an offshoot reality that doesn't even show up in the Multiverse registry anymore. All I know is it acts like a wave, some kind of teeth wave, and it's coming soon. Are there any questions? Yep, good times. I mean, the end is near! How could we ever combat this unstoppable force, which threatens our very way of death? Any ideas? Here's some music to think on it. Just kidding.
I'm a Sasquatch, but I'm also a photographer. When you want to get the shot that'll have everyone talking, smudge that shot with Sasquatch blur. Sasquatch blur. The only lubrication for your photo lens that'll blur anything you point your camera at. It looks like crap. That's because it is. Made from artisan spun feces and various twigs and refuse I've gathered in my travels. This captivating advancement in photographic technology will have conspiracy theorists buzzing around their depressing photos at 3 a.m. Just rub it on. You will invoke hours of speculative discussion on the whereabouts of Sasquatches, Yetis, and the elusive Montezuma Monkey Man. And hit them with photographic evidence so fast, it'll be a blur. Sasquatch blur. Wow, that's awful. Perfect for my portfolio. This will show them I exist. Or will it? Sasquatch blur.
And so, it is back. You've made it to the Dreadnought Radio's mental episode. You caught me at a great time, listeners. Your humble Necrofessor was about to make a subspace phone call and fix this whole disaster piece.
This is an encrypted line for scrappers. What do you want?
I'd like to order a pizza from the future. Do you deliver?
Listen up. You state your business, or we clear the line, small time.
How would you like to be the proud owner of one Dreadnought-class airship, fully furnished, gently used, absolutely free?
What?
Oh yeah, I'll even throw in an entire airship crew on the house, because around the Halloween season, I am in quite the giving spirit. No tricks, just treats. Do you think you could pick it up somewhere off the Delta Rift? Somewhere near that chaos reality. Here's my signal coordinates.
You just made your last mistake if you think you could pull something jacked with us. I'm tracking your signal, and the scrapper convoy has you on lock, small time. Only a dead person is stupid enough to drop an airship into our reality. Your gifts will be a sacrifice to the machine god. No one gets out of the scrap alive. We will peel your flesh, and your blood shall fuel our battleships.
Sounds wonderful! I will be expecting you. In the meantime, I'll be here hanging out with our listeners. Stay safe, my good flesh crafter. There's a lot of crazies out there tonight.
You
I'd say that went pretty well. They seem like a cool tribe of freaks, and they're on their way to the airship to lend us assistance. All according to plan. See, you can count on the Necrofessor to always have the right idea in the darkest of situations. Everything is completely under control. Whatever that was, it's completely under control. Hey, I know the perfect solution. Some music.
And now, your plague minutes. Have you ever been itchy? Not just uncomfortably itchy. Kind of like you are now. I mean, really itchy. The kind where you start looking at cheese graters in a different way. More itchy than your brain could handle. Itchy in the way where you curse the very god who wrought such aggravation upon you. The kind of itchy where you voluntarily jump out of every window in your vicinity just to feel the cool release of the shards of glass from this accursed distress. The kind of itchy that can only be scratched by the very maggots burrowing into your marrow. Have you ever been that itchy? Well, stop it.
Who's back? Why, you and I, it would seem. This mental episode is coming to your brain case from the Tesla's Vendetta, Nacho flagship supreme and broadcaster of the Dreadnought Radio's crunchy vibes. We're barely creeping by on emergency power and there's something out there, listeners, beyond the porthole of the command bridge. I know that space is dark, but I don't remember this subspace reality being this squirmy. I believe we might have a guest on our show, but it's undulating tendrils, those resplendent growths of maligned and furious permutations that grope and consume the very darkness of space around the ship. Its fathomless maw which rends my very willpower inert. I'm kind of having a hard time processing the very insanity I behold at the moment, but you get the idea. Yes, out in realities beyond the furthest travels of humanoid comprehension, there are godlike creatures which look upon us with such apathy. To know how infinitesimal we all are, sniveling piles of secrets. It is to know how futile our dreams may seem. But when things get crazy, you show your true colors. This expanding horror of oozing nightmares could be worse. That's the beauty of chaos. It can always get worse. But don't sweat the taste of bad medicine. It's all part of the cure. And I will loom over your sound waves until you wake from your nightmares, my friends, bringing you the beats which go bump in the night. Also, we're gonna make the most out of total annihilation, so as far as I'm concerned, you are more than welcome to come cut your own jagged piece of this twisted reality. I do apologize incomprehensibly. one. Look, the end is near anyway, and I couldn't even get the guns online to fire at you, even if I wanted to. I'm guest hosting a thing here, you see, and... You know, when you scream like that into my brain, it makes me lose control of my bowels, and we simply don't have time to... Ugh, persistent thing! You're just like the trick-or-treaters on Halloween. Hey, you just want candy, don't you? Yeah, of course, that's it. Why, I have some random candy floating around the bottom of my poison case here for just such an occasion. Here you go. I'm sure diverting the power from the life support to the jettison tubes for only a moment wouldn't hurt. Here you go, void creature. Cool costume. It's squirming in a different bad way. Listeners, whatever that thing was, it really did not like that candy. You know, when you don't like something so much that your body rips itself inside out and dissipates endlessly into the void of space? It's kind of like that. Now the entire view screen and what I can imagine, the entire airship is now covered in some sort of hideous obsidian jelly from a void creature, which I think makes it look cool. Now the airship has a costume. Perfect for our party in subspace. Everything's working out flawlessly. Just remember, some days you run into a pissed off ghost packing a strobe light. Other days, you get kicked out of veterinary school because you just kept sewing chickens together. We all have our damage. But it is those scars that define us. On the road to enlightenment, always walk the psychopath. Now it is time that I need to find a bucket. Let me put on some music for you. Strange. It feels like I'm forgetting something. Oh, right, the life support.
My name on this plane is the Shaz, and this acceptance is called That Should Be Obvious. Don't drink things from the bottom of the sink, it seems. That should be obvious. Don't stick your things in electrical socket and sings. That should be obvious. Don't walk right into oncoming traffic and screams. Don't wrap your loved ones in cellophane clings. Don't let the torpedoes launch under radar pings. Don't breathe the fallout or make your molecules stings. Don't tell me how to do things. Don't fill a corpse full of gears and springs. Don't say I can't bring back dead things. Don't eat the brains of your relatives or with their flesh make wings. Ring-a-ding-ding, do things to onion rings. Don't break my spleen or find my embarrassing creams. Because all we know is that our lives are on strings. That should be obvious. Thank you.
Man, those are real words right there. So
right,
so
bud.
true. They came back. Welcome back, you beautiful children of the candy corn, to the mental episode on Dreadnought Radio. For those tuning in, a recap. Airship, poison, joyride, and ooze. Your humble Necrofessor has been hard at work pressing all the buttons here on the command bridge to see what'll happen. I don't want to brag or anything, but I have been known to press a button or two. It's an art that I've gotten down to a science. Or is that a science that I've gotten down to an art? Same thing. It appears we have another caller. Hello, welcome to the mental episode.
Quit dorking around with the time stream.
Lord Towers? What? How did you get this number? You know what? Never mind. Good news, everyone! It's the time-traveling extraordinaire joining us tonight.
I'm not joining you, I'm warning you. Not the only one on the line tonight.
Lady Towers is there too, isn't she?
Yes?
She's giving me the look, isn't she?
Do I really need to answer that?
It burns, somehow. Look, if you two are so smart and have it all figured out, then you know exactly why I'm doing this. You have to let me continue the broadcast. I can save everything in this reality if you just let me perform this operation.
Necrofessor, your methods are going to get either everyone killed or turned into something that isn't alive or dead anymore. Remember that one time when a nightmare parasite used your body as a host?
Yeah, I got anxiety and left.
After that, you told me you were very sad. Do you remember why?
Because it went off and inhabited a school teacher, and then it started a pandemic.
That day, you told me that you would never burden the lands with your problems. Can you say with full confidence that you aren't doing that now? This stunt will forever change the course of this reality. You may think you're saving this dimension, but you have no idea what will unfold across the entire multiverse if you try to interfere. Sometimes realities die off, and we have to come to terms with the cosmic design.
You know, the keeper of that cosmic design has a lovely singing voice. And to think you heroes are actually encouraging a reality-wide extinction.
Well, that's the multiverse for you.
Yeah, I mean, if that reality is on the schedule to get destroyed, we're not going to lose any sleep over it. These things happen.
That's surprisingly cold-blooded. I like it. Wait, what's keeping you from just teleporting in here and stopping me?
Yeah, we thought about that already. My idea was to just warp in there, chop your head off, and be done with you. Time travelers find it difficult to work through the void. You can only go around it. And it seems that ship you've stolen...
Commandeered?
Whatever. The ship is surrounded by void energy somehow. What did you do?
I'm getting a visual now. Oh, gods! Is that the gore of a void spawn over the airship? I think I'm gonna be ill.
I'll grab the time bucket. Now looks you dead. Do you know how hard it is to clean up vomit from an infinite number of timelines?
Sorry.
You're a sick man.
Wait, why don't you just go back in time to before all this and stop me?
Don't you know anything about time travel? It'll just create a paradox and it won't fix anything. You royally screwed up this time.
Man, time travel is hard.
You have no idea.
Well, thanks for calling. I'll certainly look into that whole me stopping what I'm doing plan and get back with you. Whoa, what's that? I can't hear you. My twin fetus that I absorbed in the womb is trying to fight its way out of me. Bye!
Don't you hang up on...
I want you to know, listeners, that I feel your pain. They don't understand what you have gone through like I have. The miscreants, the black sheeps, those cast off to the corners and shackled to rules from a reality that doesn't even want to put up a fight. To give those punks off in the gloom a chance to claw their way out of the clock yard. You creatures of cosmic distortion, all born of unique flaws. We've been fighting wars and consuming each other for aeons. But we all seek our survival, even the dead. Things are in full swing on this chunk of the rift. Those within signal range jamming to our fundamental frequencies. And I won't give the multiverse the satisfaction of snuffing out that jack-o'-lantern spark as long as I can help it. Time for another musical incision. Hold true, my companions of ruin. We don't stop till the cogs drop.
Introducing the future of afterlife technology. The Quantum Urn. The latest advancement from Necromancers Unlimited, the Quantum Urn is a sophisticated spiritual containment system. It has a sleek design and unparalleled performance. This urn will forever change the way you keep your dead loved ones. With 13 layers of specialized ghost alloys and a patented release valve, nothing will get out except the screams. The future is on your mantle with the Quantum Urn, specially crafted to withstand the endless tetrahedral shift of the Mobius parallel, all inside a stylish cremation jar built to liven up your home. Our advanced inconsecration seal means these apparitions will never escape outside the tangible bounds of our ergonomic burial vessel. That means safety and security for your loved ones against soul theft. Convenience is here with the Quantum Urn. Using an intelligent spectral analysis system, any ghost going through a reincarnation or a spiritual enlightenment will be neutralized with our liminal state incongruence beam, meaning your ghost will stay as fresh as the day you subjugated it. Take your afterlife to the next level with the Quantum Urn, a death jar unlike any other. Revolutionary ectoplasm chambers mean the very essence excreted by your loved ones is collected and recycled into renewable, clean energy. Energy that will power the Quantum Urn for thousands of years, and even have enough power left over to charge your smartphones. The Quantum Urn comes with a 1,000,000 lifetime guarantee, meaning that if you are ever unsatisfied with your urn or spirit, you can simply return the Quantum Urn to the Necromancers Unlimited and receive a full refund. Just send the urn to subspace address. The Quantum Urn. Bring out your favorite dead. Available at your local funeral home of the future.
Happy Hallows! Glad to know you're back, listeners. You are jamming out to the mental episode on Dreadnought Radio. Now grab your shovels. We're gonna go play Wake the Dead. You see, after burning up the hyperdrive, lobotomizing the computer, and covering this airship in nightmarish gore, I'm getting the impression we're not gonna go anywhere if I don't take further action. Fear not. Your humble Necrofessor works best with the dead. I have a confession to make, listeners. Instead of pouring sleeping powder into the airship's ventilation grid, kind of accidentally poured mostly a big fat vial of zombie powder into it. Now there's good news and bad news. The good news is that a bunch of people have just died a hallucinogenic death, and the bad news is I can control them now. Wait, I got that backwards. The bad news is that a bunch of people have just died a hallucinogenic death, and the good news is I can control them now. There we are. So, we're gonna do another experiment. And in order for this one to work, I'm going to call upon one of the greatest necromancers in the biz. But first I have to build a connection to the dead myself. So I have to ingest some of this zombie powder too. Good thing they have a coffee maker on board. No, look at me while I take off my mask. There we are. Just a bit of coffee and some zombie powder for flavor. Nothing like a nice cup of... the good stuff. Okay, I'm ready to make this phone call.
Who dares to disrupt the Keeper of Withering?
Good evening, your decrepitness. It's your favorite plague doctor this side of the grave. Would you kindly take the time to educate our listeners and I with a lesson on how to raise a horde of zombies? Pretty please with maggots on top.
You interrupt my ritual as I am about to claim the fractal arm of the Cosmic Transcendence to teach you mere parlor tricks.
Yeah, my bad. But hey, listen, I'm in a bit of a jam here. If you can help me get the crew on their feet to do the thriller and maybe help us get these engines online, it will actually go a long way in preserving the multiverse from being totally screwed. Right in the fractal.
You are the Necrofessor. Are you not practiced in the mastery of the undead?
About that. I'm not really that kind of necromancer usually. I mean, yeah, of course, I'm really super good at raising the dead, but it's been a while since I've, done that. I do more of that, new alchemy, harnessing rotting stuff and using it to power gadgets and whatnot. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still practice the old ghost fist all the time. You see, it's this technique where I've been developing where you take a ghost and you... never mind. Anyway, I figured the listeners at home would appreciate a tutorial from a real legend like yourself in the death game. Besides, you gave me this bottle of zombie powder, and you wrote on the label, if you ever need necromancy, I got you, Zool. Then it just kind of trails off.
Yes, it is true. I was a bit intoxicated from gorging myself on that cluster galaxy during the annual gathering of the damned and mostly cursed. But you were the one at the gathering who was cheering me on.
That was so cool. I had never seen so many souls get wrecked and absorbed all in one go. So will you help us raise these zombies?
Very well, Deathling. Have you prepared yourself to receive the forbidden art?
Oh, that's the stuff. Wait, am I going to have to give up my soul energy or whatever to do this?
No, that's for posers. Are we doing this or what?
Yeah, sorry, okay. Please continue.
Relax your senses and...
Wait, should I be closing my eyes for this?
Interrupt me again and I shall wither your tongue. Relax your senses and understand that you are nothing. The entire multiverse is built on waves, nothing more. What you know to be tangible is simply the bottom of that wave, a place where shadow gives credence to light. At the top of the waves, all frequencies converge, the light of all things becoming zero, and zero becomes infinity. Extend your understanding outward in all directions. Sense the realm of the dead that exists alongside us and within us. Know that we are connected by the grand design. Do you feel the connection to the zombie horde?
Sweet crematory discount for burn victims. I do. It's like I can feel their dead pulse or something. So familiar. Now what do I do?
Harness it. Take command of your horde and by your will rend the waves of existence and make them rise.
It just feels like somebody puked in my brain.
That is my favorite part. Keep raising.
Why is everything all mushy?
Arise.
The triangles are after me.
Do it. Yes, Well done. You have now raised your zombie horde.
What happened? I kinda blacked out for a second. Did I look cool? Did I soil myself again?
I shall take my leave now.
Hey, wait a salty, shambling second. You gotta show me how to control these zombies.
You asked me to teach you how to raise a zombie horde. Controlling a mass of undead takes years of intense training and focused discipline. And you have begun to bore me. You are on your own now. Do not bother me again, Necrofessor, or suffer my wrath.
But the multiverse is going to... I used to be indecisive, but now I'm not so sure. Okay, well, now we have an airship filled with zombified crew members, being controlled by someone who hasn't the slightest clue where to start. Okay, Necrofessor, think like a scientist. How many of you zombies believe in telekinesis? Raise my hand. Well, that's a relief knowing it doesn't work the other way around. Seems I'm going to have to practice a bit to get these dead legs dancing. Here's some music for you fellow creeps so underground, you're 6 feet deep.
Here at the Royal Arms Weapon Emporium, our master craftsmen create only the top-of-the-line armaments for the most distinguished connoisseur of destruction. No quarry is too rare, no target is beyond our scope. For our distinguished members of the Royal Elite, we will help furnish you with the perfect weapon for the job.
Hello, I'm Captain Edward Leviticus, and I'm pleased to be at your service. Each one of my royal arms have been field tested and optimized for any combat situation. Like this, the Ballistic Ravage. One fire from this, and that horizon is as flat as you want it to be. Or the Air Kraken Cannon, a favored choice among airship captains all over the verse. But if you seek customization, well, I'm more than happy to provide you with a number of genocidal options, such as this time distorter attachment, sending each bullet off into an infinite number of timelines to rack up that soul count. Or the Destructo Beam, a weapon so hardcore, if you have to ask what it does, you aren't ready. Long-range missiles to nipple blades. With my royal arms, all zones are the kill zone. Mention the secret code Ghost Fist at checkout for your special offer.
The Royal Arms Weapon Emporium. Royalty always goes out in style.
Enigma Transdimensional Frequency 554C. This is Senior Field Agent Colonel James A. Fisk, putting out an all-points bulletin for the Necrofessor. All agents are advised. This individual is to be considered extremely unstable and extremely unpredictable. Dangerous? Sometimes. The main point is, keep your eyes peeled. He's been identified as a member of the Council of 22 and should be considered important. Bring him in alive if you can. He's no good to me dead. Be on the lookout. The Necrofessor. He is wanted in 16 dimensions for known violations of the Necromancy Code of 1822, as well as the Trans-Spiritual Agreement Treaty of 1786. He is to be apprehended alive. I say again, he is to be apprehended alive. Killing him? Well, he'll just enjoy that. Enigma Transmission Encryption Code 55389VINDD20. This is Colonel James A. Fisk, signing out.
And now, your plague minutes.
Take a potato, wrap a black ribbon around it. Stick the potato with 7 pins, envisioning your intent. On the 13th moon under the 13th branch of the hanging tree, you bury this potato. envisioning your intent with utmost concentration. And when you get home, put a dish of butter on your nightstand. Thank the Dark One and sleep. When you arise, you should have a freshly baked potato garnished with the finest fixings. If you received a dead cat, you did it wrong. But hey, waste not, want not.
Thanks for winding your way back, listeners. You're thumping the coffin to Dreadnought Radio. We are tripping the rift on the Tesla's Vendetta and hurling towards destinations unknown. But as fun as it is spiraling out of control like any other day at the asylum, we're going to attempt to get some autonomy back into this party. And if I know anything about a party, it's that you don't fill a piñata full of organs and invite all the zombies unless you bring some normal folk to kind of level things out after the carnage has ceased.
Thank you for calling the Royal Arms Emporium. What level of damage are you looking for today?
Captain Leviticus, buddy! How's it bangin'?
Necrofessor. Why are you calling me here? This is an encrypted frequency, you know.
It isn't? Oh, geez. Well, we'd better whisper then.
Who is that on the Aethercaster, Captain Leviticus?
Oh, just a customer asking about the latest shipment of time distorters, Your Honor. Oh, look over there! There's a Sasquatch with a sniper rifle!
Hi, that cheeky devil, I'll show him what's what!
You are about to get me in a world of trouble, Plague Doctor. Just associating with you is a criminal offense. Do you know how many warrants they have for your arrest? Necromancy, illegal genetic modifications, undead rioting, and that thing you did with all those chickens.
Yeah, good times. But listen, I'm here on official spooky business, and I was wanting to talk to you about the concept of throwing a Halloween party. Say that you hypothetically commandeered a Dreadnought-class airship, drove it straight into a chaos reality, and then proceeded to explode a void spawn all over it and raise the undead crew members. Would you living folk be cool with the organs and body parts next to the punch bowl, or would you set up another table, asking for a friend?
You are aware that I am not the only one hearing this conversation. This comm is being traced by Her Majesty's Secret Service. I can't believe you did this. I'm going to have to change my identity and murder all my constituents. Yes, violently. I'm going to have to grow out my mustache. Again! You know how hard it was to grow out a mustache before? I mean, it comes in patchy. I get decent sideburns and a fairly charming goatee, but mustache, that's hard. You did this to me, Necrofessor. You ruined me!
Hey, no worries, my friend. You could just say it was all my fault.
Very well, then. It is all your fault.
Look, man, no one knows we were buds during the Multiverse War and that you've been supplying both sides with weapons ever since the time paradox. Oh, whoops. Did I say that out loud?
Well, before I hang up this phone and get ready for the strike team that's heading most assuredly this way, I have one thing to ask you. Why? Why are you doing this? Whatever awaits me is nothing compared to the fleet scrambling to come and get you. You stole a...
Commandeered.
Whatever. You stole a Dreadnought-class airship from Her Majesty's Royal Air Navy. You just called down the thunder, dead one. So why are you doing this?
Would you believe me if I told you it was to save the entire multiverse?
No, I would not. Good day, Necrofessor. May the cogs in heaven turn to your grace. This is where the scythe comes down.
Understood. Take care, Captain Leviticus. See you on the other side.
Look, Captain Leviticus! All those battle cruisers are being parking outside. Are we having a sale today?
Why yes. Free bullet samples for everyone. Just wave to them.
Open fire!
You ever have that feeling like you're being watched? So you do something weird just to be sure? Well, I'm more beat than a shrunken head at a hacky sack convention. Time to kick up our boots and enjoy that impending doom. Can't you feel it? We're all doomed. Yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Well, failure is not only an option, it's part of the design. Yellow, welcome to the mental episode.
This is Her Majesty's Royal Air Navy. This ship has been classified as stolen and we are scrambling to your location as we speak.
Commandeered.
Whatever. Do not attempt to resist. We are monitoring all your subspace transmissions.
It is good to know you're all tuning in. Come join the party. Bring tacos.
What?
I think if there's going to be an apocalypse, we should all be together to enjoy it. We may be a bunch of dead cogs in the machine, but it is our individual freakiness which make that grand design. And speaking of dead cogs, time for some freshly smuggled tracks of the one, the only. The cog is dead.
Oh, powerful sun god, we sacrifice this dude to you in hopes that the blood may please you and you may rise again to shine your glory upon us. Because we're not really sure what pleases you, but blood seems to work. Are you ready?
I guess so.
Hey, Trigor, why do we always do this? You know, Chunga, to please the sun god, right? Yeah, but why blood? It just seems like... Look, Chunga, we've done this for centuries. Every day, we come up to the ceremonial beheading platform and chop a dude's head off. And this pleases the sun god. Bring me another dude! Hey, how's it going?
It's going okay.
See, Chunga? Look at how happy that sun is. I guess, I just don't know if it's doing anything. Look, man, remember that one day when we didn't chop that dude's head off in the morning and the sun didn't rise? Yeah, it was cloudy that day. Exactly, and it rained. And we all know rain kills plants. We have to keep that sun god happy, man. Come on, why are you talking like this? Are you a sun god denier? What? Me? No, I love the sun. Nah, man, this is blasphemy. We got an awesome job here in the village, chopping dudes' heads off and getting wasted. And you want to screw it all up, trying to be all, what's with the blood? You know, you keep talking like that, you're gonna be one of these sacrifice dudes. Man, sun god watching this. Don't be making me look bad. Bring me another dude! Hey, dude. Do you believe in the sun god?
Wait, there was another option?
This is crazy, man. I don't know. Wait, I didn't do my thing. Yeah, there we go. You know what? I've sat here for years just hanging out and not questioning nothing. But for some reason, I don't know. I just think maybe all this blood, it's not what the sun god wants. You think all this blood is not the answer? So then, what's the answer, Chunga? I think I think we should just wait till tomorrow and find out if the sun god comes out again. And if he doesn't, we are so chopping your head off tomorrow, right?
The following morning.
Everything's burning! Where's Chunga?
We found him at the edge of the forest. He was trying to build a stick rocket to the moon.
Thanks. I can do it! There he is! Gary! Bring him up to the platform! I deny the sun god! The sun god's not real! Shut up! I knew you were a sun god denier! Look how pissed the sun god is! What'd I tell you? I just wanted to chop dudes' heads off, man! And get wasted! You let me do this, Chunga! I deny the sun god! Man, it's the same thing every time. Bring me another friend.
You're still alive, listeners? Well, that's cool. Welcome back to the mental episode on Dreadnought Radio. The Tesla's Vendetta has been having a bit of a hard time navigating the stars after what I've done to her. The hyperdrive is shot, the crew is a bunch of zombies, and the outside is covered in H.P. Lovecraft's Obsidian brand void sauce. You know, listeners, remember when I said things can always get worse? Well, I'm about to make a subspace phone call that will surely be the final scalpel across my last remaining threads of sanity. Time to bring this airship computer back online. Time to enter the accursed realm of tech support.
Thank you for calling Airship Computer Tech Support. My name is Igor.
Right, listen, I think my computer is fried. Some plague-ridden poet tried to bypass the hyperdrive and launched us into a chaos reality. I need a system reset and a data launch from your end. And make it snappy. You sound like someone I would boss around in my laboratory. Chop chop!
Yes, sir. We are more than happy to assist you with this problem. What is your name?
My name?
Yes, sir. We have to verify your account.
My name? I am the pestilence which looms over your deathbed. I am your existential grave robber. Oh wait, that's not the time for that. My name is... Crap, what was his name? Darkfang. Yep, Captain Darkfang. I am he. That is me. Captain Darkfang. Coming at you.
Right. 1 moment, please.
First you bang, then you fang, then you hang. That's what I always say. Captain Darkfang. Oh, put me on mute.
Yes, of course. Are you calling in regards to which airship on your account?
He has more than one? Man, no fair. I mean, yep, that's me. Airship captain so hardcore, I control a fleet. I almost forgot. The main one?
Right, the Tesla's Vendetta. Now, what is your security number for this airship?
Look, Igor, we don't have time for numbers. This is a time for action. I hereby order Secret Command Override Klaatu Verata Niktu.
Sir, that is not a thing.
Says you. It seems I've divulged top secret ordnance to a low-level agent. I thought I could trust you, Igor. Seems like a court-martialing all around. You know, I stick my neck out thinking you had what it took to rise up in this company. But when it gets slammed by the top brass and this airship continues to go offline during the Scourge, it won't be my name stricken from the memory banks. It will be yours, Igor.
I don't know what's happening right now. Please hold for just a moment while I have this resolved, Captain.
Let me speak to your supervisor. Elevate this call. Elevate the crap out of it, Igor. That guillotine's gotta come down at some point. I'll make sure you're the one who gets chopped if you don't. Chop, chop, Igor. Igor! Curse you, underling! We're all doomed from this! Igor! Tell your supervisor he's a slut! Oh, he put me on mute.
Yes, good news, sir. I have your account open right here. Yes.
Igor, you did your mama proud.
I was grown in a vat, sir.
You did your vat proud.
It seems that the Tesla's Vendetta cannot be traced by your security administrator. We do not have a way of accessing your computer remotely.
Igor, that's a lot of talky-talky, and that doesn't sound like a lot of you fixing my problem. Need I remind you of the chop?
No, sir. I am seeking a solution as we speak. Yes.
You know, listeners, sometimes it's important that we take the time during our wild adventures to enjoy the little things. Stuff can get so hectic we nearly lose our heads.
Sir!
I'm not talking to you, Igor. I'm talking to the listeners. Why haven't you fixed everything yet?
Well, I was about to dispatch a maintenance vehicle, but...
Yes, Igor?
It seems that your account has been flagged. The Tesla's Vendetta has been reported as stolen.
Commandeered. Oh hey, look at that. The computer's back up and running like a champ. Disavow any of this conversation and we'll be drowning in red tape, Igor. Loose lips sink airships. Do the right thing, underling. Do your vat proud.
Sir, I'm reporting you to the authorities.
Curse you, tech support. You've doomed us all.
Haven't heard that one before. Thank you for calling Airship Computer Tech Support. Bite me.
You know, listeners, it's so hard finding good help these days. I'm going to play some more music while I devise an incredibly elaborate revenge scheme. I find it to be rather cathartic to contemplate petty revenge in the face of complete oblivion. Try it for yourself. Cheers.
Remember the time paradox of 1865. Remember it. Come on, people, just remember the old time paradox of 1865. Oh, for the love of Williford, just remember the time paradox. You there, with the face growing out of your head, don't you remember the time paradox of 1865? Please, you gotta believe how important it is to just take a mosey back onto that old time paradox of 1865. My gumption, that time paradox was shiny and chromes, I tells you. You remember the one? Why, that time paradox of 1865 was just, oh gosh darn memorable. I could probably remember it right now at this moment. Can you believe that, stranger, huh?
He's out there every day, isn't he? Talking about that time paradox. What do you suppose he's on about?
That's not to meddle in the affairs of others and their paradoxes, I say. No one talks to him. Ever. I'm certainly not going up to someone and asking them about their time paradox. Frightfully rude manners, I'm afraid.
I do worry, though. He seems so freaked out by the whole ordeal. Maybe if anyone could be the kind heart needed to engage that poor soul in civil discussion, and he could perhaps find peace with his unfortunate predicament.
I'm afraid of what could happen, for you see, science.
You mean science?
That's right, science. She tells us that a time paradox by its very nature can't be resolved by your understanding of time. With that kind of impossibility, there's no telling what could happen. Besides, you were going to cry hysterically into that broken mirror while I stood there slamming my head into the wall.
Yes, but I'm not feeling it anymore. I'm gonna go ask that strange man about his time paradox.
No. Whatever.
Time paradox, time paradox, time paradox, you know time paradox. last time paradox of 1865.
Pardon me, sir? Hello, sir?
You remember the time paradox of 1865?
Well, no, not exactly. But I was wondering, do you remember the time paradox of 1865?
Why, in all my days, no one's ever asked me that. Now, let's see. Do I remember the time paradox of 1865? Well, there was that one thing.
Oh my god, he exploded.
The listener has returned. Welcome to the mental episode on Dreadnought Radio. Your humble Necrofessor has been trying to get this zombie horde to do my mental bidding, but for the most part they just shamble in the same direction. Okay, now, I can sense that there's an engineer standing next to the furnace. If I can get them to wander over to that lever, it'll switch over to the auxiliary steam engine and we'll be on our way. Yeah. Now I think... okay, yeah, he's stuck on something. Okay, I'll just get another zombie to walk into him. Okay. Now they're both stuck. Oh, okay. I sense that there's a zombie up above on a railing. I'll just get them to walk over and make them land on the lever. Oh, okay, I missed. Man, controlling others is harder than I thought. Okay, I'll just make everyone on the airship scramble over to that spot. Something's gotta hit it. Okay. Alright. Okay, stop. Okay, I've lost about half of them now. That was a bad idea. Okay, luckily a group of them have wandered into that room, and I'll just make them rush at the lever next to the furnace, and go. And voila! I'm not sure how many just ran headfirst into that furnace, but one of them must have hit the power switch. We're back in business, listeners. We now have access to the backup systems, the guns, the turrets, and those tiny thrusters which help us cruise into oblivion. Hey, how about that? We have another caller. Hello, welcome to the mental episode.
Zombies? Really? You turned the crew into zombies?
Mercenary guy! You survived! It's good to know you are among the living.
Oh, you're not killing me that easy, Birdface. Nobody makes me crawl through point slot and put a bullet in the head of my paycheck. You're dead! You're dead! I already know you're dead, but you're dead! You're really dead!
Tell me, are you going to breach the other door this time?
Why? Are we about to walk into another trap? If I get sucked out of another airlock, I swear!
What? Oh no, that door can be breached like any other, I suppose. But refresh my memory. That's the hallway where they keep the security robots, isn't it?
Yeah, you think you're so smart, but the computer controls those robots. And my men say that you fried the onboard computer, being a dingus.
Well, yeah, but there is Lucy.
Who?
Well, each security bot has an artificial intelligence installed in case the central nexus has been, well, let's say, compromised.
Your brain is compromised.
Yeah, I know, but Lucy, she's special.
Who is Lucy?
I had a talk with Lucy. Those kind of special talks where you open up their brain and rewrite some of the programming. Well, you see, Lucy...
Yes?
She has low self-esteem. Be careful.
What is this, a joke?
No, I'm serious. She's one of the scariest things on this airship, trust me. You make her feel bad and she will lose it.
I'm way past playing games with you, weak boy. Oi, you there! Take this railgun and go down that corridor and shred anything that moves.
No, that is a terrible idea. Don't do that.
Halt! What? He took off running. Well, Go stop him!
Yeah, see, in her programming it says bullets will lower her self-esteem, and she will go into a robotic blood rage. You know, I didn't know all robots actually had that setting.
Why are you shooting at me? You are triggering my anxiety. Don't you love me for who I am? Am I not pretty enough? Why was I programmed to feel?
I can't believe this day is going this bad.
Yeah, tell me about it. But I'm glad you're still with us. Why don't you come on down and join us on the command bridge? Tell Lucy the Necrofessor sent you.
Now I have to go deal with an emotionally unstable robot. You! Just wait, Birdface! You're dead!
It's always nice to have friends over during the Hallow Season. Well, time to get comfy. Stick around long enough, listeners, and you might even get to hear my brains get painted all over this command bridge. Look forward to that. In the meantime, let's set a course for some good jams. Hit it.
This is an emergency announcement from the Seriously Emergency Broadcasting System. A horrific storm described as some kind of wave with teeth has devastated the Tri-County realities. Unprecedented collateral damages have been reported so far, and just recently have swept through Mama's Tree Farm. That's right, Mama's Tree Farm is being battered in the storm as we speak. There's a couple sitting in rocking chairs on that porch over there. Excuse me, sir, ma'am, why are you sitting here? You need to get to safety.
Why, those babies are blowing right off the branches, aren't they?
They sure are. This is a right fun tragedy, this is.
You did it again, Science. You done ruined my day.
Back to you at the studio.
My word, you beautiful monsters have stuck with me this whole time. Well, listeners, it's been real. I've done all I can to hold off the wave of teeth, but don't get it twisted. It is coming. This plague is going to wipe out everything. Our wonderful music, that cushy reality you find yourself in. The multiverse is about to go into a whole brand new phase, and we have become obsolete. As it stands in the new design, there is no need for things with matter and substance. No need for spirits and souls. There is no need for life and death. It was all the same thing anyway. I'm sure you figured that out by now. If you are within listening range of this signal, I want to let you know now that your participation in this grand experiment was our last hurrah. No one was listening when the apocalypse was foretold, and I'm not gonna stand around saying I told you so because we're all in this together. I thought I had it all figured out. It was simple, really. Just keep the signal alive at all costs. Boost the signal. Do whatever you can. Sacrifice everything. Make a difference. Well, all those that listen, I had hoped, would have the sounds of great music blasting into their mainframes, and subtly implanted frequencies that I had hoped would cancel out the wave of teeth. But from my last calculations, the wave will bleed into this reality any moment now. Who knows if these efforts have done anything, but it was worth a shot. That's why they call medical procedures a practice. Sometimes the cure is in the disease. And I am honored to ride this wave along with you unto horrifying absolution. You know, that reminds me of a story from ancient times, about 3 hours ago.
Good after Oh, it is you, Plague Doctor. The Chronomaster is immensely busy sustaining the grand design. Please show yourself to the nearest gutter.
You have to let me talk to him. The fate of the entire multiverse is at stake.
Of course it is. That is why you are here. That is why anyone dares to show up. Take your fate peddling somewhere else. We are not interested.
Who is that, Reginald? Is that the post with my new time distorter?
I am afraid not, Your Eminence. Just some bottom dweller come to tell us of another apocalypse. Shall I release the laser hounds?
Now, Reginald. That's no way to treat a guest, even if they are about to face extinction.
You have to listen to me. Take a look at these anomalies. There are whole realities out there vanishing under some kind of weird thing.
Aren't you the guy who's causing all those undead riots?
Yeah, good times. I mean, the end is near. You gotta listen to me.
I do apologize, but I do not have time to look at every little apocalyptic timeline or reality purge. I'm very busy sustaining the grand design, you know. And just now was enjoying a nice cup of tea made from a pocket universe. You really get a taste of overwhelming confusion with each sip. Wouldn't you agree, Reginald?
Whatever your cosmic fancy desires, Master.
This one is different. It is going to spread across the entire multiverse and change the grand design as we know it.
Laser hounds, Master?
No, Reginald. Just let this poor creature find his grave. Good day, Plague Doctor.
I invoke the ancient rite of steam and challenge you to a duel of the fates.
Such impertinence! You have no authority to—
Now, Reginald, I didn't earn the title of Chronomaster without being a gentleman. This pointed fellow here wants to invoke some made-up right and challenge me to a duel at the steps of my very home? It wouldn't be very sporting of me to decline now, would it?
As you decree, your magnificence.
Ha! So you'll look at this data?
No, you challenged me to a duel, and I always duel to the end. Now, Reginald, prepare the Quantum Nexus chamber. Now, since I accepted the challenge, I get to choose the weapon of choice. I choose a song battle.
What?
You heard me. Hope you got bars, Necrofessor. Reginald, start the machine. Activate the funk. After you, Necrofessor.
Give it up for your homicidal mastermind. Gonna crush your brain with my voodoo meat grind. I leave a haunted trail, so you know I was there. Sneak into your home and give your granny a scare 6 feet below. When you're down in a hole, everything that you know. It's the undead flow, it's a chemical equation and apocalyptic devastation if we don't plan for the invasion.
Welcome to the clock yard, where we go hard. Punch your time card, break the time stream, and I laughed hard. Void slop, an 1865 plot, a trip to Mama Trees, carved a ghost, fist a knot. Former apprentice of quantum physics, master of alchemy, creator of hieroglyphics, the builder of tomb pyramids, baffling crystal obelisks. How could go on, but that's just reminisce.
Wrong frequency, tell me, is the soul truly free? Gonna put you in a hole down low, is all left for me? They didn't think to breathe a disease, the faithful they fall on their knees. Time to get down to that underground sound, keep it dead and tied to that coffin pal.
You can't step to my cosmic flow, I'm the engineer of my locomotive soul. While you're dead at the track, still shoveling coal, popping the grand design, formidably so. I'm the Chronomaster, the quantum navigator. Dead man talking smack from the back of your respirator. That's an indicator of a scene of your stream. Armageddon manipulated behind the scenes.
All shattering stars leave scars, and that's not far from me. Better to crawl than to feed. Now plant the frequency. The monster wants you to bleed, consumed by cosmic greed. It's watching you rot and never got deceived. Life is obsolete, we deplete, the multiverse is null if we don't bring the soul, counting bodies and take the toll. Get your name up in the death game, we'll never be the same.
Before there was a thing in ancient times, we gathered round, dropping magical rhymes, crafting a verse, and in the blink of an eye, a song formed a realm, an alternate alternative timeline. The mass creation kept under close observation. Let the song play out and form its own revelation. And at the end of days, kick it back, drop those bones, and hit replay.
Dead years keep on spinning. 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 Dead years keep on spinning.
Gonna break it down in Graveyard Town. A moment of grace, I find it such a waste. Better to rot than to wait. The system wants to hate. Gather round and watch it die. A reaper who lies. Life is just too hard to give up, so give in. And in another dimension you might begin feeling loose while you dangle from a noose. Reanimate your skin, never log off again.
A shock to the system, embrace the schism. The multiverse will always be in existence. Now we're gonna have to figure this out soon. All Hallows Eve's gonna bring the gloom. I'm a busy man with the master plan. Gonna take you on a trip across a nebulous span. You gotta change your scope, you're bringing people to hope. Stay focused on your path at the end of your rope.
Wrong frequency, let's see whatever is left of me. Decomposing glitch mode stereo under the old spectral glow. They didn't think that we believe the underground move is all we need. The eternal soul. Let's go! Reality's about to blow!
Gotta keep it tight, you're losing control. Everybody in the multiverse has a role. Now I know you might be thinking, I don't got this unlocked, but I'm the shepherd of the sheeple in the clockwork clock. You know that the signal just can't be stopped. You can change the frequency like the hands of the clock, but your time's a waste in ways the teeth are raining. These magical words find the answer that's waiting.
Wrong frequency, I'll say. It will never go away. The time will make you turn and you'll learn there is nothing left to burn. They didn't think the creep would seep. The angels, they all start to weep. Eternal soul, creepy overload, broken code, and fallen ashes on a crossroad.
All you gotta do is open your mind, rewind, talk to the jam, turn on the third eye, talking realigned when the dead stars shine, looking through the spin and you'll find frequency converge and life intertwine. Bring the being, understand the divine. You might break some rules, commit a crime. Now take a chill with the master, it's tea time.
Dead years keep on spinning. 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 Dead years keep on spinning.
If you just wanted to mutate the whole multiverse, all you had to do was say so. Reginald, bring us the universe tea. Would you like some?
Yes. May I have a straw?
Of course.
Wow. A whole universe is in here, huh?
Yep. You can really taste the overwhelming confusion. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh yeah. I'm horribly confused.
Now, be gone. I expect you to do the weird thing.
See you on the other side.
No, see you on the other side.
And so I drank the tea containing a small universe inside of it, and everything made sense in a weird, trans-dimensional kind of way. I don't have enough crayons to draw out what I experienced, but among the swirl of cosmic goodness came an understanding and a way to hack the system. We couldn't stop the signal, fellow listeners, but we sure could mutate it along the way. Funny how it all worked out. As I look out beyond the inky porthole of this command bridge, I see the cosmos has found a different design. We did it, listeners. We have done the impossible, and that makes us mighty. Let's rock.
Bring up the plasma cutter. Don't get down right here.
Wait.
Prepare to break.
Almost got it. Oh, here we go. Patched in. All good things must come to an end, listeners. We did it. By tuning in to the mental episode, you helped mutate all of existence and steer us away from total apocalyptic destruction. All we needed to do was keep the signal alive. And because of dedicated punks like yourself, we were able to bear the force of the Teeth Wave and ride it to safe harbor. Well, not really safe. The entire multiverse is mutated, and the Scrapper Convoy and Her Majesty's Royal Air Navy are about to drop out of warp any second now. There they are. Thank you for listening. As the mercenary team outside breaches the door and havoc wreaks outside in deep space, I get settled in for what's to come. I just wanted to let you all know, I never planned on making it out of this. I knew that in order to keep some things alive, sometimes you gotta make that sacrifice. So, carve your jack-o'-lanterns, fist your ghosts, and always pick the ripest babies from the fullest tree. And always remember, the lessons will continue even after the grave. Wow, the haunted phone lines are blowing up. Welcome to the end of this year's mental episode.
You think you can stage an ambush on us? Gunners to your stations! Tear that fleet apart! Bring me the head of the Plague Doctor!
This is Lord Towers. The next time you decide to alter the course of reality, let me know so I can throw you into the time stream.
Lady Towers here. You managed to do the impossible, and yet still had time to be completely insufferable along the way. I'll give you credit for saving the multiverse, but next time, try not to mutate all of existence along the way. It's exhausting.
This is Captain Edward Leviticus. I just wanted to let you know that I survived. And I was going to say that you owe me so big. But I'm not exactly sure you're going to survive this. Let's just say, I'll see you on the other side, my friend.
Next time we meet, you shall pay for your insolence. However, I do admire how you mutated all of existence to avoid complete destruction. I shall remember to torture you accordingly to show my regard.
We're almost there! Prepare to break!
Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Die, birdface! Sweep the perimeter. Make sure he didn't wire any more of his stupid traps. I told you, birdface. I told you I was gonna kill you. At the end of the day, and the massive body count, it's all worth it.
Sir?
What is it? Can't you see I'm wallowing in my victory? Woo!
Sir, the Necro guy, did he always have that barcode on the back of his neck?
What? A barcode?
Yeah. And did he always have those weird plugs all over him?
Oh, God.
What? What's wrong?
It's a flippin' clone! It's the oldest trick in the book. No! No!
Sir, the phone. The phone.
He was the finest clone I ever grew 3 hours ago. Taught him everything I know. I was kind of busy doing stuff to save the multiverse, so I used the old clone to do my bidding trick, and it worked. Happy Hallows, listeners. Mercenary, play us out.
No! My paycheck! No! Fine. Happy Hallows, everyone.
Suicide Hotline. How may I help you this evening? Yes, I understand. Being the undead can be very difficult sometimes. You lost your job as well. Your necromancer fired you? Yes, I agree. There are very few jobs for the undead outside of necromancy and Halloween decoration. But undead suicide is a long-term solution for a short-term problem. Sir, please. Yes, I understand. Please, I'm going to have to ask you. Calm down, sir. Sir! Thank you. I only wish to help you, sir. But you're going to have to talk to me like a civilized flesh eater. Yes, I know. Brains. Yes, I know brains are harder to find than ever before. This economy can make some real monsters out there. And it can suck the life right out of someone. But you, sir, are better than that. Do you remember when you became a reanimated killing machine? Almost every zombie had to tell themselves, you know what, this isn't what I expected, but I'm going to make this work. Being the undead isn't for everyone. You have to be strong. You have to stand up for yourself and not be spineless. Well, yes, unless you've lost your spine. But I can tell you, the greatest zombies who ever shambled the land all had one thing in common. They all wanted to consume the living more than anything else. That hunger, that drive, it's what keeps a lot of zombies going. Sometimes when you have a calling, it can be faint, like a muffled scream underneath a rotted hand, or it can be a shout that can rock the mausoleums. All I know is that when you have a calling, you chase it. You don't stop. You never stop until you corner that calling and chew through all the hair and wriggling around, and if you fight hard enough, then you'll find the source of that calling, and it's sweet and kind of rubbery. Sometimes we all lose our way, even if it's standing right in front of you, trying to frantically reload its firearm. Sometimes our eyes rotted away years ago. Sometimes we just lose ourselves. But that hunger to consume the living, that will always guide you. Oh, you're very welcome, sir. Zombie suicide is never the answer. Besides, if you tried to kill yourself, you'd only become alive again. And nobody wants that. Living is for suckers. Yes, I couldn't have said it better myself. I'm glad I could assist you this evening. I say you march up to your old necromancer and demand your job back. Show him that hunger for success. Show him that drive. I believe in you. Have a wonderful day, sir. Thank you for calling the Zombie Suicide Hotline. Goodbye. Yeesh, that won't end well.
Welcome to the end. This episode of Dreadnought Radio is brought to you by the volunteered efforts of Steampunks from around the multiverse. Tonight's guests: Kathleen Mccormack, Jessi Arntz, Eddie Hall, Rebecca Harrison, Harun Williams, Ashley Mcgehee, Will Brown, Brian Landreth, and Jim Trent. This episode was written by your guest host, Tony Gage. Dreadnought Radio is produced by James Breen. All characters are the intellectual property of their creators, and was used with permission. Dreadnought Radio is free for everyone. All copyright-free music is used under Creative Commons. Special thanks to those who keep the boilers running behind the scenes. If you are interested in contributing to the show, find us in the Book of Faces under Dreadnought Radio. Consider supporting Dreadnought Radio to keep us aloft.